16. I know it's been a long process. Thank you guys for listening in and working on this so hard. Systems of three linear equations. One thing I want you to know real quick is once you get the hang of this, it will not take you this as long to do it as it is on these videos. Remember, I'm going through breaking it down step by step, taking my time, being very slow and delicate. So what seems to be 25, 30 minutes, really you'll probably be able to do in about 10 or 15 after you do a couple problems and get used to it. As I mentioned in class, one of the big things, make sure that you're very clean on your paper. You will use a full sheet of paper, probably each one of these problems, so keep that in mind. The substitution method probably is the longest method, but probably the easiest to understand. The methods coming up will probably be a little shorter. So let's get with it so we can wrap this up for you. All right, well, look at what we have over here. Basically, all I did is I just wanted to put in here to show you these. This is the problem we started out with. You don't really need it for this step, but that's what we started out with. And if you look over here, what I've done is I've categorized it back to what we found, right? We solved for a z in the step 1. We solved for x in step 2. And step 4, we were able to determine a single value for y. And so I put that up there, step 1, step 2, step 4, so that you would have a reference point if you need to go back and look at your notes on trying to figure out where those numbers came from. You can follow that in your steps. All right, so lastly, well, just like in the other ones, where z has a value and x has a value and y, which we determined in step number 4, also has a value. So all I have to do now for step 5 is I'm going to take the equation that I got in step 2, right here, and I'm going to move it so that I write x equals 1 plus y. Well, I determined in step 4 that y equaled 1. Okay, y equaled 1. So I'm just going to replace the y with a 1. Well, x equals 1 plus 1. So to close that out in step 5, x equals 2. See, that was nice, short, simple, and sweet, right? So now we have a nice single value for x. So we have a single value for x, and we have a single value for y. Y equals 1. Right here. So now we go all the way back. Remember, I said we hadn't touched z since the very first problem, right? Since step 1. So we started. We're going to start with step 1 and we solved for z, and now we're going to end with z. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the original equation I made from z in step 1 and say z equals 1 plus x minus 2y. And here we go. Now it's going to be simple. If you got to this part, this is easy peasy, right? So z equals 1 plus, we said that x equals 2. So 2 minus 2, right, 2y, so 2 times, and we determined that y was 1, so I'm going to put a 1 right here. And now I just finished solving it out. So z equals 1 plus 2 is 3. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Okay? So then z equals 3 minus 2 is 1. So z equals 1. So my final answer, okay, winner, winner, chicken dinner. My final answer, x is 2, y is 1, and z, right, z moving it over, is 1. 2, 1, 1. 2, 1, 1. And that concludes systems of 3 linear equations. There were 4 videos and 6 steps, where this was step 5. Okay? Solving for the x. And my final step here was step 6. So I know that's why I broke it up into 4 segments. Like I said, there were some videos that were short, some videos that were long, but that is the process, and that concludes the entire problem. That's how you solve. So like I said, it's going to take a full page of paper and a little bit of time. Be patient and work through it, and get a hold of me if you have any questions. Again, great job. Thanks for taking the time to look through the videos. Hopefully you found them helpful. I will also be doing, you can also look at number 17. And the videos won't be as long on 17. I won't be as detailed in my explanation. So I'll move along faster, but going through the steps to give you something to follow as a guide. Until then, good luck with your problems.